It's midsummer 2009. The setting is California in my backyard. I have a question for my dad, and his answer sticks with me for the rest of my life. The year is now 2020, and my life sucks. I'm hated by everybody inside this city, and I'm forced to go to school. By this picture, you can tell I'm kind of an outcast. My relatives often yell at me because of getting chased at school. So I leave them, go to the backyard, and train till it's homework time. Granny is always there to send me off to school. Normally it's running, but sometimes I fly. She sends me off the cliff to train me, but often I can't really catch myself. Normally, I fall into water underneath, but this time was different. I felt something catch me. It was my wings. My wings have not been spread in years, and it felt so good to have them finally out. This is Ellie. She is probably the best person I know. She treats everyone fairly, even me. Hated by everyone except her. These two were government officials. They started chasing after me and got to my home. They held Mom and Grandma hostage, and I couldn't really do anything except go with them, which also meant being shackled to the ground and not being able to move. After the government officials took me, they made me fall unconscious and then stuck me on this plane. It's probably a good thing that I was unconscious because I get panic attacks whenever I'm crashing flying experience. But I survived. I don't think anyone else did, so I went into a town nearby and asked what happened. The locals around here were very nice, but they had this weird obsession with this man called the Mask. After hearing about this Mask fellow, I created a situation where only he could solve this problem. So I ended up meeting him, and it turned out that my hunch was right, and it was my dad. After we met for the first time in 11 years, he took me back to his place, and a huge offer was made to me. He said instead of returning home so soon, that I should stay with him and train for a few months. And I gladly accepted, but I missed my mom a lot. And by the time it was done, I was really happy I did it. I developed my powers a lot. And the main power that I learned to use was my Hellfire attack. I could shoot fire from my palm, and whatever it hit would not stop burning. I learned how to put it out and how to control what exactly gets hit by it. And I had a little falling out with my dad because I told him I wanted to learn something new. And he got really angry because I wasn't being responsible enough with my first power in the first place. After this, we decided to go ahead and return home. Dad hasn't seen Mom or Granny in forever, and I really wanted to get back to see them. I was forced to run while he got to fly. He said it was all part of my training. But my legs did get very strong after this training. When we got home, I felt like dying. My legs and my entire body were so tired I couldn't feel anything. But I felt it was very worth it. And when we got home, we both darted straight towards the door. I couldn't wait to see Mom or Granny, but then I noticed it was very quiet inside. It was very unusual because my Granny was often very loud no matter what happened. I was very cautious going inside because I knew that this quietness was not normal. But Dad, it's been forever since he was home, so he didn't notice how unusual this is. So he just darted inside. What happened is we couldn't find Mom, but we found Granny lying on the ground unconscious. And when she woke up, she had told us that Black Hole had kidnapped Mom, and Dad darted out of the door. He flew so fast I could not even hope to catch up with him. I didn't know where he was going, so I just trailed behind him. And after this happened, we landed in a place that seemed very familiar. It was an abandoned apartment complex, and I thought I saw Dad fight Black Hole here once before, but I don't know. It might just be faulty memory. Dad rushed inside as fast as he could, and as soon as he came out, I saw him holding someone. It was Mom. I couldn't believe he knew exactly where she was. But what happened after that, I still can't accept today. He came out, gave me Mom to go put in a safe place for the oncoming battle, but his leg was hooked onto something, and he couldn't get it off. I never saw my dad again, and the last words he said to me were, "Take care of your mom and grandma for me." He shot off into space. An unbelievable rage started to fill my soul, and next thing I knew, Black Hole was dead. After that, I took Mom home and decided to fight crime by myself. But one of the times I took trying to get the villain too far, ended up killing him, so I turned myself into the government. Everything was fine until the government started using me to threaten other countries. After that, I decided to blow the place and go to a deserted island. No one ever saw me again, except for one person that I never thought I'd see.